People around the country have heard of Rocky Ford cantaloupe. Rocky Ford melons are very famous, and yet I don't think very few people understand what important role the Japanese Americans in Otero County played in the development of that agriculture.
There were Japanese American farmers in southeast Colorado as early as 1902. There is this mistaken notion that Japanese Americans have only been there since World War II because of the internment.
I grew up in Rocky Ford. It's really important that we document and capture those stories and those experiences. One, to honor and recognize those families, but equally to help future generations understand that what we have and what our community is and what our heritage is.
We wanted this to be a very collaborative project. Myself and my very esteemed colleague, Natasha Krasnow, focused on the archaeology. We had a person who is an architectural historian. She focused on the built environment sites. Kathy Corbett, an excellent architectural historian. And then we also wanted to look at history.
I knew that there had been at least 3 Japanese American schools. Some only ran in the summer.
Only one of these sites was actually intact enough to even be recorded as an archaeological site, and that was the American Sugar Factory School. A lot of the kids that went to this school, their parents worked at the factory, and the highlight for us of this one site was we found one piece of Japanese porcelain. Kathy Corbett recorded several buildings, including Mary's farm stand, which is now Hannigan's farm stand. That was a Japanese American produce stand for years and years and years and years.
The Rocky Ford Cemetery demonstrates how many families there were in the area, especially in that period from like 1905 into the early 1960s.
This is where my mother is buried. She was born in Swink, Colorado. Her parents were from Japan.
We've been so incredibly lucky to be able to find grant funding to do these projects, like History Colorado State Historical Fund grants and CLG certified local government grants to make these projects possible. It provides an opportunity to make history bigger for people, to realize that there's more history than what's taught in school, and there's more history than just what's outside in their neighborhood, and their stories are so important.
Bill Takeda, who had served in the military during the Vietnam War, people would ask him how it was fighting against his own people. Of course, he was Japanese American, not Vietnamese. He made a comment that all they saw was the shape of his eyes. And that sticks with me. And it should stick with all of us.